Good morning! It is July 31st, 2019. Today is a momentous day. It marks the 1 year anniversary of my resigning from Central and devoting myself full time to the gifting with Jackdaw. And it's been an incredible year in more ways than I can even express. Any of you that have been following me or read my blog, I mean, that's just a fraction of what goes on in day-to-day life, but I try to keep up on it. It's been incredible. It's far exceeded any expectations I had. I really didn't have a lot of expectations. I didn't know how this was all going to work. I knew I had enough money to survive on for a while, and I did make it quite a ways before I started tapping retirement. But hey, that's what the money was there for, because I don't believe in waiting to do something that you know is important as your purpose. Especially at age 54 now, I don't wait for much. I'm a patient person, but when I know I'm supposed to do something, if I've got the resources to do it, I'm going to do it. So anyway, let's see. By the numbers, we have blessed 160 families with portraits this year. I'm working with 5 different agencies regularly. I'd like to be shooting for them every month, because they're residents in the houses and such, and these different shelters and safe park programs, they turn over about once a month. That's the whole idea, is that these agencies are helping them find permanent housing. So I would like to do a lot more. I don't quite have the patronage yet to support shooting constantly like that. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons who have been with me early on and through the beginning, and they've come on board over this last year. Your support is huge. It's huge. It covers right now about 25% of my expenses. So it's enough to keep me in the game and take a little bit of the edge off as I nick my retirement savings to keep this going. I've gained over 300 followers this year on social media, and it's my hope that with certain events that are coming up here and certain things I'm working on to get more visible publicly and make people aware of what I'm doing, that I'll have a level of patronage that can support me without me having to pull from retirement funds like I'm having to currently. I'm hoping that comes soon. I figure I can keep on doing what I'm doing for at least a year, even at the level of patronage I have. It's not the greatest idea financially, but again, I'm devoted. I'm doing this thing. You know, the reality is none of us can bank on having a certain amount of time, and I certainly don't live that way. So I'm going to use my resources to keep this going and giving it a good shot. It's been a very productive year here in Western Washington, and while I can't roam far and wide yet because I just don't have that kind of financial support yet, I'm really making the most of it right here where I am. And really, that's all that matters with any of us, is that we're making a difference and doing what we know we should be doing right where we're planted. So I'm very grateful for all that has happened this year. Can't believe it's been a year and all that has happened. I have met thousands of people. And of course, driving hella and parking in high profile spots when I have days off and time off to just do work. You know, obviously I do it remotely in the truck with my computer and such. I throw the doors open, especially on nice days, and people just come up and start talking to me. And I've toured probably 100 people through the interior of the truck because they're curious. Oh my God, you live in it. You know, it all starts with, wow, what a cool truck, and they want to know about the truck. And then when they realize by looking around that, wait, is this a camper? And I'm like, well, no, it's my home. That always gets another whoa out of them, and I keep it very orderly and clean and organized, and I'm happy to let them tour it. So I have people coming and going in the truck interior just about every time I park somewhere and throw doors open. So she's been an incredible ambassador, this rig, and it's really dawned on me this year that I probably would not be getting quite the traction I'm getting with this, especially with social media and people approaching me and learning about it, if it weren't for this unique truck which really, I acquired the truck more as a matter of heart and something I'd always desired, and I knew I could mechanically do it. I believed I could, and it turns out I can. So it's amazing how each step I've taken, even though it wasn't carefully orchestrated, there is no business master plan at work here, that's for damn sure. Each step I take in faith, because I'm giving and because it's straight from the heart, it just keeps working. And it's miraculous all the time. It really is. And I can't thank all of you enough that are following and helping me. I've got 25 patrons currently. You guys are awesome. It makes a huge difference. Trust me, it really does. If I can get to at least 100 patrons at that $10 a month level, then I can survive without taking out a retirement. And that would be fantastic. I could at least keep doing it at the level I'm doing and be self-sustaining instead of feeling like I've got this time span shortening up on me. Because the reality is, I can't be working a regular job and pull this off. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of time and a lot of flexibility to do what I'm doing. And I just plain have to be out there in order to serve these communities. So thank you to all my patrons who have been with me for so long, and my new patrons too. You guys make a huge difference. Thank you to my 8 single-time donors this year. You guys, that really helped a lot too. I'm very grateful. Please spread the word about this. And all of you that are following me, because I got hundreds of followers now, if this touches your heart, or you believe in what I'm doing, then I would sure appreciate it if you could go on my Patreon page, which I'll put a link in the description for this video, and support me at whatever level you can. I'm looking for hundreds of people giving a tiny amount, like the cost of a coffee a month or 2 coffees a month. I don't care, $5, $10. I've got patrons there giving $1 a month, and believe me, it matters to me, and I see that as very significant. So if you've been at all on the wall about this or paying any attention, I could really use your patronage. I would love it. And I can tell you, it makes a huge difference in these people's lives. The most common thing I get, or comments I get from people I do portraits for, beyond just thank you and big hugs, well, they always ask how I'm doing it, and I tell them it's my patrons and my savings. And then the next thing that almost always comes is, we've never had a portrait, or I never thought I'd have a portrait of my kids at this age, or a family. They're all trying to rise out of their circumstances, and the last thing they can spend money on is a family portrait. So this is a really big deal to them, and their kids are growing. By the time they can rise from these circumstances, they're not going to have tiny little kids anymore. So it's a big deal. It really is. It's meaningful work, and I hope you become a part of it. In any case, I'm thrilled to be here, happy with my life, full of gratitude, and I just feel so blessed to be living this life. And I thank you all for coming along. And here's to the beginning of year 2 tomorrow, full time. Have a great day, you guys.